I'm sorry for the loss that you're experiencing. This happens with almost every pet. So please, whatever else you're feeling, don't feel guilty. This is actually a good reason to have a pet in a child's life. We all experience grief, and this is a chance for them to have that experience when we can still help them prepare, process, and pick up after. Here's how to prepare. You can talk about this at any time in the life of a pet. If you have a goldfish, you should probably talk about this on day one. But we often avoid talking about the idea that this pet is likely to not outlive us because it's uncomfortable or it's so sad or we don't want to upset our kids, but that doesn't really help them. When we start to talk about life cycle while things are good, we give their subconscious a chance to slowly prepare, a chance to appreciate and enjoy that pet because someone said to them, hey, pets this size and kind usually only live 10 or 15 years. That still seems like a very long time to a child, but they will get that this is a pet they'll lose someday. If you know that your pet is getting older or sicker, or it's time to put this pet down, it's still a good idea to discuss that. Don't surprise your kids if you know in advance that this is happening. And this is really important, don't lie. When people used to say to kids, oh, the dog went to live on a farm, eventually kids figure that out. And then they have to add betrayal and shock and hurt into a grief that's already difficult to process. And they only get to process it away from that pet. So if it's possible, allow them to be a part of saying goodbye and of helping you to plan what you might do after to remember or have a little ceremony for this pet. Processing, well, whether you knew beforehand that you were going to lose this pet or you didn't, their feelings of loss, your kiddo's feelings of loss are very real. And they may not be just like yours. It's also not the last time they'll experience feelings of loss, even if it is the first time. So remember, here's what they need from you. First of all, empathy. Their feelings are theirs, and even if you don't feel it the same way about this goldfish that they've known for 12 hours, the best thing we can teach our kids is that when they have feelings, we can take it. They don't get to behave terribly and hurl the goldfish bowl across the room, but their feelings we can accept. And then validate. Even if it isn't how you would feel, it's really helpful to say, I think I can understand that you are feeling really incredibly sad. Now, stop. You don't have to fix this for them. And telling them how to feel isn't useful or a good lesson. So you don't need to make their pain go away. And it's pretty disrespectful to say, don't be sad. You can point out your own positive coping mechanisms or stories you tell yourself, either stories about your pet and wonderful times you had together, or your plan for how you're going to feel a little bit better after this pet loss. But please don't require your kids to process things the same way you do. You just want to model your own good coping, feel your own feelings, and at some point try to think of something positive you can do with those feelings. And then ask your child how they're doing. Listen, and check back in every once in a while. As far as picking up after, remember that grief isn't a straight line. It's possible to seem or even feel better and then get sad or angry again, sometimes even several times. Try hard not to insist that your child feel better or pretend to on your schedule. If you're worried that your child is dangerously affected by their grief, reach out for help to their doctor or to a hotline in your community. Anywhere in the U.S., you can call Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. This grief should get better over time, though there may be hard moments and sad reminders for years. If you notice that, please don't feel guilty. It means you gave your child the chance to really love and feel loved by this pet, and that is a valuable and strengthening life experience.